I'm here at Kaihin Makuhari now, and I'm waiting for my event to start. And I'm actually here about 3 hours early, I think, just to make sure nothing goes wrong. And you know, it's pretty windy today, so there's a lot of like train delays or cancellations and stuff. So I wanted to make sure to come early, and I'm super excited. So I'll be around for like 3 hours before I actually get to stand in line. But I'm so excited, oh my god. So I'm here for the Handshake event, and the member that I got chosen for was Jimin, which is so exciting because he's my favorite. So I'm really happy. It's gonna be a really short thing. From like videos and stuff that I've seen or heard, it lasts only like 2 seconds, maybe 3 if you're lucky. So it's gonna be really short, but it's still better than nothing, and I can't wait. So the KCON is also going on today, so there's like a lot of people here today. I actually don't know where the KCON is, but it's somewhere in the Makuhari something. So I think the KCON is at the International Hall, which I believe is on the 2nd floor, somewhere in this direction. And the event hall is where the BTS Handshake is, I think. So somewhere in here is KCON, but I can't get in because I don't have a ticket. But it's right here, it's in there. And this is where I'll go for the BTS Handshake. There's so much people. I think this started around like 3 or something was the first round, and I'm the 8th, so I have a few more hours. The weather's not looking too good. I straightened my hair yesterday too, so if it rains, it's not gonna be straight. Plus the blue still leaks from my hair, so let's not get wet. So the bathroom's here. So I have about an hour left before I even stand in line, and maybe like another hour and a half or something before I actually get to shake their hands. As you can see behind me, it's starting to get dark. I think it's like 5:30 now or something. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I have the very last like section of the handshake. So it'll be the last group, and it starts around like 7. Lineup is at like 6:30. So 1 more hour, and it's finally starting to hit me. Like, I'm getting really nervous. And I heard some people talking earlier, and it seems like the handshake is gonna be a little bit longer than some like previous ones. So hopefully it'll give me some time to like at least talk a little bit, even if it's just a few words, as long as it's not like 1 second and done. So I just got back, and it was over before I even knew what was going on. Like, I don't even know what to say about it, but you know, it was a really nice experience. I wish it could have lasted longer, and I'm a bit disappointed, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But overall, I was really happy, and I'm really glad I had this chance to go and get to shake Jimin's hands and look into his eyes from a close distance. And before I start getting into any details, I really want to thank One Destiny 17 for sending me her code that she couldn't use, because that gave me this chance to go. And I'm really grateful for that, and I'm really happy that I got to win, and that it was my favorite person, Jimin. So to talk about what happened, you stand in line for a bit to wait to go in, and it's over so fast that you don't even know, like, for a shy person like me, something that quick doesn't give me enough time to like calm myself down and actually be able to speak. So I didn't speak at all when I saw Jimin, which is really sad. I had all these things in my head that I wanted to say, even though I knew it was going to be only like a few seconds long, because it's just a handshake and done kind of thing. But you do have enough time to put in a little word there, but I couldn't speak. And I was really disappointed about that. And I'm sorry, I'm like about to cry. So I was really disappointed about that, and I did cry a bit after. It wasn't all because I was disappointed. It was also because like I got to meet Jimin, and I was so happy. But because I didn't get to say anything, I literally froze. I don't even remember if I smiled. I don't think I did. I think I just kind of like looked at him with like the most awkward, shocked face, which I'm sure he sees a lot of people do that, but I literally like, I feel like I just stared at him like, and when I tried to speak, I just kind of like moved my mouth, but like nothing, my voice would just not come out. It was literally just, and I don't know if I smiled, but anyway, that's what happened. Each member were in their own booths, and I think it was in the order of RM, Suga, Jin, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. And they have their own like little stalls. They're blocked off by walls and stuff. I didn't expect him to be like right around the corner. And that's what kind of took me by surprise, and I didn't have a chance to kind of like think. You kind of like go in like this, and then you turn, and then there's a staff person right there, and you have to like show your hands and do this to make sure, like, I don't know if they're looking for like dirty hands, but I know they're looking to make sure you don't have like anything, because you're not supposed to give them anything apparently, which is sad because I did have a letter prepared, but I kind of knew I wasn't going to be able to give it to him, but I did prepare it anyway just in case, and I couldn't give it. They do check your hands, and when you turn the corner there, you enter the room, and I thought there was going to be a little distance to where I can kind of like see him and kind of be like, oh my god, he's here, and then shake his hands and then go. But no, like, I turned the corner and he was literally like right there, right at the entrance, already like sticking his hand out and everything. So I just kind of like froze. I was just like, and I don't even remember sticking my hand out. I guess I did. Either that, or because it was like this before I turned the corner, maybe my hands kind of were out already, and then he reached out and grabbed it. I actually don't remember, like, I actually can't remember part of it. It was such a dream. It was like a dream, and I kind of like blanked out. And what kind of like woke me up, I guess, was like the warmth of his hands. It was like so warm, and it didn't help because I was cold, so my fingers were probably super cold. But he grabbed my hand, and he held it with two hands, so like the warmth was coming from both sides of my hands, and that's when it kind of hit me. And I read online that if you have a name tag, they'll usually call out your name. So I had this prepared, and you know, I wanted to add a little aloha in there and my name so that he knows what my name is. So I made this, something simple. I wanted to make it a little better, but I actually had like less than a day or something to make this. So I had this, and he called out my name, and that's when I kind of like looked up at him, and I was just in shock, and all I could see was his face. I don't even know like what he was wearing or anything, but I saw his face, and he had like this gentle face on with his biggest smile ever. And when he said my name, it was so like, I don't know how to say it. It was so gentle, and it was so sincere, and it just made me so happy even more. Like, my mind just went blank, and I tried to say like, you're my favorite in Japanese, which is pretty much ichiban suki, is what I wanted to say, but nothing would come out of my mouth. It just moved. It was like, and I couldn't say it. So I was a little disappointed, and then he said, arigatou gozaimasu. He thanked me. And right when I actually was about to say what I wanted to say, the staff member that's behind grabbed my shoulders and like tried to like shove me out, which is apparently what they do, especially if you take too long. So I guess I was taking too long, and they kind of like tried to force me faster, because it's supposed to be like in and out like that, just handshake and done. So I guess I took too long, which is a good thing, I guess. But like I said, I literally blanked out. I didn't know what was going on. All I could see was his face, and it was like tunnel vision on his face. But I'm glad I was able to make eye contact. You know, he said my name. He said thank you. And that was it. Then I was out. And as I was walking out, I might have been able to see the last two members, V and Jungkook, from the exit because I don't think there was a wall blocking. But I was just so in shock, I just like couldn't do anything. I was shaking, my hands are shaking. I was walking, I didn't know what to do anymore. It was like I was in a dream and I was kind of just like floating on air. So that was my experience. But yeah, that was my experience. I wish I actually got to say something, but I'm really glad he called out my name and said thank you. It really means a lot to me. And I'm really glad I made that name tag. And even though I found out about it like the day before, I'm so glad that, I found out about that. Because even if he was to ask my name, I probably would have froze and I don't think I would have been able to tell him my name in time. Because sometimes if you don't wear name tags, they'll ask you your name. They may ask your name, but if you don't, then they don't say your name. So it was the best thing ever. I'm glad I made the name tag. I just wish I could have spoken. And for the event, they actually gave they called it goods. But we got a little gift with it. I was hoping for like something signed, but of course they have I swear 1,000 people probably went through that day. So they were shaking a ton of hands. So I guess they can't do signatures for everybody. And it's like a unique thing for Japan where it's a handshake. It's not like a fan sign or anything. And I think they want to just squeeze in as many people as possible, more than actually making it more memorable and getting a sign and picture and stuff. It's literally just handshake out, handshake out, handshake out. And that's how they get hundreds and hundreds of people throughout the day. There's 8 different sessions and I was the 8th one. So it was the last one in the day. But anyway, they do give you this, which is just one of those bracelets. And I guess it's something just for the event, so maybe you can't get it anywhere else, I don't know. But it just says the BTS Face Yourself, and it's one of those bracelets, and it has a little card in the back. So yeah, at least I got something out of it, even though it's no picture, signature, or anything. So yeah, after I got out, I started tearing, and I just started crying a bit. And I wanted to calm myself down before I went into any lighted areas because it was already dark, and luckily nobody really saw me crying. At least I don't think they did. But there were other people crying anyway. It wasn't just me. And I needed to talk to someone about it and share it. And so my friend that was just visiting here, she knew that I won this and that I was going, and we've been talking about it. So I called her, and of course it made me cry even more. But that calmed me down, and I'm glad I had her to talk to about it and to share my experience. But yeah, it was just so awesome. How often do you get to meet your idol? And when it's a random thing, when you don't even get to choose the member you want, how lucky is it that I got my favorite member out of the one chance I did win? It was just something really to remember and kind of once in a lifetime. I know some people, they buy so much CDs that they actually win 4, 5, 6 times or whatever. But, I can't be buying that many CDs. So out of the 4 chances I did try, I got 1, and it just so happened to be my favorite member. So it's been really exciting. And even though it's over in an instant, it's something that I'll always remember. After I did calm down a bit, I did think about maybe checking out the exit to see if maybe I can get a glimpse of them leaving the event hall. And there was a group of people waiting out of the exit we thought they were going to come out of. But it turns out they came out of a different exit where no one could really see them. They were kind of hidden. So that was kind of disappointing too. I wish I could have seen them leaving and getting into their car, because we did wait outside of the main exit, and they actually loaded up their vans and stuff from there. I think the managers got in there, or some of their main staff, probably their stylists and stuff, got in from that exit we were waiting at, but the members got out somewhere else where nobody saw them and they were gone in an instant. Nobody even knew what happened until staff was like, okay, they're gone. You can go now. Yay! I waited like an hour for nothing. But I did try to wait at the exit too. After that, I headed home. And because it's been such like a dreamlike kind of day, I was seriously spacing out on the train. Every so often I'd start tearing, especially because I was listening to music, and whenever a BTS song came up, I started tearing because I got to meet Jimin. Like, oh my god, can you believe I got to meet Jimin? It's just so exciting. So people are probably looking at me, but I was either too teary-eyed to see, or I was just zoning out, staring into space, because I'm still kind of in a dream world right now. I still can't even believe that I met him. I don't feel like it's happened, but it did. And I got to feel his hands and look at his face. And before I close this video, I want to leave a little message for Jimin. I don't believe he'll see this, but Jimin, if you watch this, I'm sorry I look like an idiot just staring at you. And I don't know if I smiled, but I tried. And I did want to speak to you and let you know that you are my favorite member. And I'm really happy you said my name and thank you. And you said it so genuinely and your voice was so nice that I couldn't even believe it was real. And I hope I get to meet you again someday. But until next time, I'm glad I got to meet you, Jimin. But yeah, if you guys are watching this video, please share it. Maybe my message will get out to Jimin someday. I don't think so, but it would be cool if it did. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!